Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 73 of Takedown, and this one is titled, How the Rumours Began. Aside from your breathing and your heart pounding in your ears, there was silence. No one moved a muscle. All eyes were on you. You kept your hand up with finger pointed at Grizzly, then you lowered it slowly and turned to his bear. Do you wish to recall your beast, or do I finish the fight? You asked, calling forth your fans. Grizzly grit his teeth together and scowled, so you raised your hand in preparation for the next attack, but he called you out. Okay, you're free to pass, he snarled angrily, mostly embarrassed by the poor display that he and his bear had done. You nodded and recalled your fans, raising your left hand up and calling for Agir to appear. The townsfolk shielded their eyes as water flew in and around from the surrounding area and then started to form your stallion. Grizzly called his bear back and it turned and slowly ambled poorly to his side. From the onlookers' perspective, they saw the water become your stallion and then watched as Agir bent his legs so that you could use his knee to vault up onto his back from. Then you urged him forwards, past Grizzly, and out the gate with so much as saying another word. Well, she did say that she knew Butterfly, and he's unbeatable, one whispered. I don't know, bro, she seems very light on her feet. It wouldn't surprise me if at the next rank polling she came up first. Someone told me that Butterfly only acknowledges people who are around his level, which I'm guessing is like level 105? How many levels are there? I have no idea, but I bet she's level 60 or 80 or something. Did she say what class she was? Dancer. But I heard someone behind me say that their cousin plays as a dancer/assassin, and she moves the same way, so could she be a mix of both? Well, she had snakeskin boots on, so that's not a normal dancer class accessory, so you could be right. I heard that there's really strong snakes up on like above level 50, so no wonder she absolutely creamed Grizzly's bear. And that's how the rumours about you started. Before long, the story of the fight with Grizzly's bear had changed from the actual events to you jumping off Agir, pointing your finger at the bear and it falling on its knees, then you pointed your finger at Grizzly and he nearly wet himself, and then back onto your steed you hopped and then vanished into thin air. Once out of the town on level 7, you let out a sigh of relief. Oh my god, Gear, that was terrifying. I think I did quite well keeping the bear on its toes. It didn't really have a chance to retaliate, but that was really nerve-wracking to be fighting in front of everyone. Agir shook his mane and snorted and you smiled. But overall, I think I leveled up pretty well. You continued on along the track that wound in and out of the tall trees and wooded areas, but you didn't really want to go to level 8 just yet. I don't really want to go up yet because what if Hansu does come back in game with me later tonight? Then I have to explain how I was able to just merely walk on to level 8 without even taking on a boss. Finding a clearing, you dismounted from your horse and practiced a few of your moves. As it was with RFO, you started as a commoner and then had to work to get yourself up to level 10, which was about 9,000 experience points, before you could even get to choose a class, which you were lucky enough to be partied with Magata during a heavy fight, and thus were able to obtain this level without even so much as lifting a finger. From there you reset and thus started as level 1, but it was level 1 in your chosen field, which for you was Dancer. It was just known that anyone who wasn't commoner class was automatically a level 10, but then it was unknown as to their level of expertise in their chosen field. When talking with people, it was just understood that you didn't ask what level they were unless you were a little bit closer with them. It was akin to asking how much money someone had in their bank account in real life, something you just didn't do as a general rule. There were some, like yourself, who looked really strong, but weren't as high level as what other people thought, and you decided to sit down and have a really good look at your stats going forwards. After finishing another fan blade combo move, you swiped your information bar open and looked at where you were at. Dancer class, level 15. Level 15? You screeched out loud, startling some birds nearby and sending them into a panicked flight. Agir looked over at you with his ears pricked and you apologised quickly. Sorry, I'm level 15 already? Well, I mean, I have been working really hard and I've been doing about 6 hours of work each day in games, so... You looked back at the screen and scrolled down. Experience points, 68,001, and Mahi, 70,470. Holy hell, I'm rich! You yelled again, sending another lot of birds flying off into the sky. Agira snorted and you apologized again. Sorry, I'm surprised, that's all. Wow, I didn't know I'd be this far up already. You went back to your screen and scrolled down further to check the levels for your skills. You'd been working on cooldown to bring it up to speed with the other ones, and it looked like it had been working. Move was at 30, spin was at 27, ha was at 29, cooldown was at 21. I'm happy with that. They're all coming along well. You nodded happily and closed your skill box down. You knew you still had points to allocate to your power, dexterity, luck, etc., but you wanted to save those for the mission so that you could ask Mirio where to put the points so that you could be as helpful as possible for the trip. I can't wait to show him my skills gear, you said to your steed as you jumped up onto his back again to head back around to the teleport pad. I think he'll be very impressed. Agira whinnied loudly and you grinned. Thanks. You've always been on my side, you said happily, patting his neck before urging him up into a canter for the rest of the ride to the platform. And there ends chapter 73. Stay tuned for chapter 74 coming tomorrow.